So, I have a rule, never to address things that aren't true, just because I'm above that. If it's not true, I'm not going to even discuss it. And what I'm talking about is the online hate. And until this moment, I have never addressed it. But I kind of feel like on my heart that I should address it, not for the haters, but for the people who believe in me. Do you kind of see what I'm saying? Because right now, and nobody said this, but I'm imagining that some people might question, people who support me and follow me, they might wonder, was JonXArmy really in the Army? Did JonXArmy go to jail for conning people? Because there's a ton of hate. And what a lot of people don't know is that I've talked to a lot of YouTubers in the background, and it really bothers people. And it's not just me with the hate videos. There's hate videos on everybody I speak with on the phone. And
yeah, I get some too. It's weird.
So here's what I was thinking. I was thinking about putting, I don't know, my VA picture in this video, my VA award letter showing honorable discharge in this video. I was thinking about putting my criminal record up on the screen. Yeah, but
can I ask, John, can I cut you off there, man? I mean, I don't understand how that, what does it matter? Like, really, can we get off the past already? I mean, really, it doesn't matter where you've been, doesn't matter what you've done, doesn't what you've been through. If anything, I'm glad that you've gone through the things that you've gone through, because how are you going to help other people? How are you going to show people that you can turn a life around unless your life's been turned around? You don't got to prove anything to anybody. All you got to do is live a life of character and morality and spread love and peace and joy and hope and educate people so that they're not total meatheads.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, all right.
I mean, if you want to do that, if you want to do it, go ahead, man. I mean, listen, I'm not watching you because you were in the Army. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care that you were arrested. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know much about you at all, except for the fact that I've heard you speak. I've talked to you on the phone.
Yeah.
And I'm usually a pretty good judge of character. And I think that you have a very good heart. And I think that right now you're trying to find your way to express it. And every time someone comes against you and calls you this and calls you that, you want to prove everybody wrong. But that's not the point. You don't need to prove anybody wrong.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to prove anything to anybody, man. You just got to do what you're meant to do. Yeah. And in the process, believe me, you think I'm making videos showing people that my eyes don't change and I'm not a reptilian? You think I'm worried about that?
Yeah.
You know, it's like people have to stop with this. You know, that was the whole thing with Jesus. Oh, isn't he the carpenter's son? How could he be anybody special? The dude was poor.
Yeah.
You know, his mother was a whore.
Yeah.
You know, God got her pregnant. Yeah, we're gonna listen to this kid. John, this is what it is. If you want to put your stuff in there, man, my advice is not to stress about it. There's always going to be opposition to any kind of great change in a person's life. And I think that right now you're going through a change, which is why, you and I have hooked up and now we're talking. And now I can't believe I'm even like on your show right now. I'm going to work here.
So
what was?
Here's what triggered it. Here's what triggered it. Marfugel sent me some screenshots today. He's like, John, is this your address? People are sharing your home address online. And I messaged him back, and I'm like, no, thank God that's not my address.
It's spooky.
So, yeah, and I looked up the address, and I looked at the house, and I don't know why the address is being shared as mine. I feel sorry for the people who live there. And think about it. The trolls are doing evil. They're going to get someone hurt.
Well, let me tell you
what I'm saying.
Okay, can I turn that around for a second?
Yeah.
Because if you say you make declarations like the trolls are going to get somebody hurt, what you're doing is you're putting it out there. You know what I do? I had some guy did some video. I've had a lot of them where I'm a false prophet. I'm the antichrist. I mean, come on. It's like Geez, Louise, I don't even, I don't have a church. I don't even go to church.
Yeah.
I am the church, if you will. That's what the word means. It means to be called out. But I love talking to people. I love encouraging people and inspiring people. But there are going to be people that are going to say that I need to be stopped. There's an entire religion that calls me the white devil that needs to be killed because Jacob Israel is supposedly not white or Jewish but black. But I'm not Jewish. And what does it matter? It's a name.
Yeah.
Israel's not even my real last name.
Yeah.
It was the name that God gave Jacob. So my point is that if I pay that heed and I start saying things like, oh, I better turn. What I do is I reach out with love.
Yeah.
I reach out with love, and I'm telling you, I've had a lot of people. They've taken their videos down, they've turned it around. And if they don't, there's a great proverb that says that you should do things. You go to somebody in private. You say, hey, look, can you stop doing this? Look, I'm a good guy. I'm just trying. I'm a family man. I've been through some. Life is hard. Like right now, things that I'm doing is bringing me some joy. I feel like I'm making an impact in the world, and I want to do better. Can you just see me for who I am? Yeah. And then leave it at that. And if they come back at you and they're like, blah, 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 because, of course, they want you to give it some airtime, because if you give it some airtime, then people are going to look them up, right? Maybe subscribe. Yeah. By the way, I got to tell you something. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
There is a video of you that I did stumble upon where somebody is doing impersonation of you. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Ah, man. Now, what did you think of it? Because if you come at it from you really hurt my feelings way.
Well, listen, I don't watch them. But my Patreons and my other people in chat, they'll be like, hey, John, come look at this, and you know what I mean. If they say the video's negative, I won't watch it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because I'm not buying into it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what it is that people are emulating you, not because you're bad.
Yeah.
There's something. What they're doing is they're projecting their own nonsense onto you. When people are calling me a false prophet, right? Yeah. Which I'm not. I want to make that clear.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself a prophet. Okay? Yeah. But when people are calling me that, they then said, God told me to do this video. And they're declaring themselves as a prophet.
Wow.
Usually people have a tendency, no, they do this. They project their nonsense onto somebody. They latch hold of it, and then they say, this is your problem. But really what they're saying is they're seeing their problem in you. Yeah. It doesn't mean you have it. It doesn't mean you have it. It means that you have something that they desperately want, and because of it, it makes them unhappy. So then instead of looking at themselves and saying, this is why I'm not where I need to be, they say, it's people like this. They're getting the boost from YouTube. They're shills. I don't even know what I didn't even know what a shill was.
Yeah, I had to look it up too.
Good grief.
Listen to this though. So this part's an honest 100% fact. I was stuck at right around 100,000 subscribers.
Right.
And then within a 2-month period, all these JonXArmy negative videos popped up. I literally went from like 107,000 subscribers to now I'm over, I think, 210,000. And
thank God for them, huh?
I literally looked at my channel's analytics, and as those hate videos started, my channel skyrocketed through the roof. So now I'm at this point where, like, wow, the hate gave me a huge boost. How can I take this and make it positive? Because right now I keep going back to the fear. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's what entertains me.
It entertains me too. Listen, I'll make a confession. You've seen my thumbnails, right? And my titles. Yeah. I'm trying to tone it down, but I love that stuff. Yeah. I love it because it could be going on. Now, listen, I'm doing a video today. This is going to sound silly. I had, I didn't tell you this, about 5 months ago or so, you know, like one neighbor died after another. It was very sad. And, you know, and this guy was disabled and I used to help him out. And so when they passed, it was sad. But this family moved in real quick. And then all of a sudden I was invited to this get together, right? Yeah. Next thing you know, he's like coming up to me and he's a director with Homeland Security dealing with terrorism and stuff like that. Now, this was strange, right? Because he's moved in literally in my backyard. I mean, like we are neighbors.
You're on the
neighbors,
radar,
right?
bro.
No, hang on. So
Okay,
hang on. So I decided I was going to endear myself to, look, I'm a good guy. I don't do anything wrong. I'm not asking for anything. You know, I really want to be a blessing in this world. And I believe I have faith that things are going to get better. I have faith also that they're going to get worse in the coming years, but, you know, not worse that it's going to be so brutal that it won't be overcome. It's going to be overcome.
Yeah.
I just think that we're in for a long haul over the next, I don't know, 5 to 6 years or so. But he ends up the daughter next door becomes friends with my daughter, so now she's over there and I'm asking questions. Like, what do they ask you about daddy? You know, what are they talking about? Are they talking about Papa Bear? You know, they were just very interested in the fact that I had custody of my children, because it doesn't make a lot of sense for men to, you know, raise kids. And but anyway, besides all that, so they finally move out, and I'm thinking, great, you know, I'm off the radar. I show up to my house yesterday, and there's a drone, a high surveillance. I'm doing a video on this. I'm not even making this up.
Wow.
I got a guy who moved in another house. Weird thing happened. Ambulances, police, everybody shows up at the house. I guess there's some strange gas leak, and I guess they move out. And then all of a sudden, this guy moves in, and he's in the middle of the street as I'm coming back from the gym yesterday, and he's flying a drone. So I'm like, oh, I got to go over it, because I'm a smart guy. I'm a smart guy.
Yeah.
It's one of two things. I'm thinking it's just a strange coincidence. I talk about this stuff. It manifests in my life. It's kind of like God says, here you go. You can be fearful, or you can, you know, get this guy to shoot some footage for you. You never know how it goes, you know? So I talk to him, and I record him, obviously. And he said something weird. I'm actually putting a video up about this. It's a funny little video. But it's just strange, right? Like I got a guy with a highly, I mean, what does a drone do with, and then he says on camera, he says, hey, you know what's funny is Jacob's recording me, I'm recording him. Take a look. And I'm going like, you're like real bold about this.
Wow.
I go, do you know about my channel? So it's like, but my point is that, would that make you nervous? You know, it's like, that's the question. Does that scare you, or does that excite you? See, that excites me. Because if I'm on anybody's radar, if anything, I'm going to be a shining example of what it means to love, and I'm going to change people's hearts. Just like I won this neighbor over who lived next to me.
Here's the difference. I think with me and some people, not everybody, when I'm in fear, I approach it head on. Like if I'm nervous about my neighbor, let's say I was in your shoes, the guy worked for DHS, I would literally go over there, friendly of course, not like a nut, you know what I mean, and talk to him and get to know him and confront the situation rather than sit in my house and be fearful, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some
is why we're becoming friends. This is why we're becoming friends, because I did the same thing.
Yeah. There's some people who would sit at home and let it eat at them, and the fear and the worry, you know what I mean? And like I've just learned through life, you got to hit everything head on and just dispel the fear and anxiety the moment you feel it. You know what I mean?
There's a great proverb that says that God did not give us the spirit of fear. Okay, so then the question is, okay, what is a spirit? Jesus said, my words are spirit and they are truth. Okay, so words are spoken thought. Now, when you get a fearful thought, that's a spirit of fear. God doesn't give us the spirit of fear. So when we're getting all worried and concerned, like when I get somebody saying, you know, you should die, you know, you're going to, the Lord is going to bring, Yah's going to bring judgment on you, and you're going to be massacred in the streets. Like, I'm like, but I'm really a nice guy. I'm like, I buy you a cup of coffee and I give you a ride. It's a little much, you know, it's a little much. Like that thought that comes in afterwards. Should I be worried now? Should I go to the police? What are you going to do? Like all these thoughts flood your mind. You know, there's a video out. Are people going to believe it? Am I going to lose subscribers? All these thoughts, that's not God. And if it's not God, it's not true. So then we don't have to dwell in fear.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and by the way, my wife, Danielle, too, she thought it was a little strange, too, with the drone outside of our house. Yeah. You know, and then you'll notice, because I taped my bedroom. I mean, like I have, like every window is blocked out. Because, I talk about this stuff. I'm not scared of this stuff. But you know what? My house is my sanctuary. Nothing's going to be allowed in.
My wife, because of my YouTube channel, she went and took a gun safety class and got a concealed carry permit.
Probably not a bad idea if that's, what you consider to be a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's, I mean, like there are people that, I gotta tell you, my wife and I, we're split over this. I would like to have a shotgun in the house, just a shotgun.
Yeah.
You know, just a shotgun, just to have it. But on the flip side of the coin, then my wife isn't allowing it. She says, "What about your faith?" I'm like, "Well, you know, it's like I have food in the fridge, right?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that it's probably a good thing. I mean, if anything, if you're ever going to operate a firearm, you should absolutely get a course and have a permit and do everything. You got to be in the world but not love it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But all right, well, it was great talking to you. I'll let you get back to your day. I know it's Sunday and you're busy. I appreciate you talking to me.
This is great.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put this video on the channel. I think I'm just gonna upload it, man.
Ah, dude, I'd love that. That'd be awesome. That's really nice of you, man. I mean, I don't think
nice
people
of
realize.
You. I called you.
Even you doing this for me is a kindness, and I don't think people realize that. You know. Yeah. And like I get comments, oh, stay away from this guy, stay away from. I'm like, no one's going to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Because no one, like, you know, look at the Apostle Paul. I mean, look at King David. You want to talk about people that changed the world for God, that were just like absolute wretches at one point in their life? I wasn't always perfect. You know, it's unbelievable. It's like, who else is going to lead people out of the dregs of society but those who've been drowned by it?
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad that you're questioning these things, and you don't got to prove nothing to nobody, dude.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Much love to you, man. Thank you so much for thinking of me.
All right, man. Have a good day. Soon, okay? I appreciate you talking to me.
All right. Done deal. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, guys. Well, I think I've decided, man, I'm just going to upload this. You know what I mean? One of the things that brings my channel under a lot of scrutiny is I keep it too real. And I put myself out there to a fault. You know what I'm saying? I think people, they don't know how to take real people on the internet who just expose their real life. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll see. Hit the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your continued support. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe already. I'm sure me and Jacob Israel have some fun stuff coming in the future. JonXArmy signing out from the belly of the beast.